So this weekend is a good weekend to get out and do some yard work, and I went to go spray the yard, and I have absolutely no pressure building in. Oh hell, maybe I am. Alright guys, so as you saw, I ended up getting fairly lucky this year with this sprayer. So I'm going to pull it down real quick to explain. Because the previous clip was kind of strange. So it wasn't building pressure this morning when I went to go start doing this. And I was just going to go ahead and go to Harbor Freight and go get a new sprayer. They are like $9 right now on sale. So I ended up taking this out of here and trying to see where I was losing all the pressure at. So first thing I checked the O-ring at the top, and that looked to be in good condition. And then this is just like a giant plunger, and it sucks and pushes in air into the bottom right here, and it fills the tank with air, pushes the air down and pushes the fluid into the bottom, and that is what causes your pressure to go up the straw and then eventually out of the handle when you squeeze that trigger. So what I ended up doing was there's a clip right here and a clip right there, and I pulled this out. There's an O-ring at the bottom, and I guess from sitting over the season it had a little bit of fluid still in there, and it turned into like this nasty gunk inside the O-ring and around the O-ring. So I took it out, and then it still wasn't exactly building pressure right off the bat, but I wanted to see if I let it sit in the fluid a little bit, if it would swell or anything like that. For some reason it now started building up pressure, so I saved myself a little trip to Harbor Freight and some time that I can be doing other things today, which I have plenty of things to do. And if you guys are doing weed killing this season already, this is really good stuff, this eliminator stuff. I've been using this for the past 4 years, and it is about half the cost of Roundup weed killer, but it does the exact same thing. So this is a concentrate, this is a big jug. I used quite a bit at the very beginning of the season, but this is only $15 and it'll last me the entire season. And if you are looking for it to go buy, you guys can go to your local Walmart. That's where they sell those. So we work on all of this other power equipment, and I don't ever really get to start mine up, but this is going to be a first start of the season for this little red guy. So we're going to fill her up with some fuel. I made sure I ran it out of fuel at the end of last season.
Yep.
I got. All right, let's see. Well, she runs, she starts up, it is idling a little bit on the low side. So I'm gonna go ahead and get mowing first, and then just see how it does over the little bit that I'm gonna mow today, and then might look at it, try to see if I can smooth out that little bit of idle. So I just got done mowing. The mower worked great, started right up, ran fantastic throughout the whole mowing. And then I got done and I came inside, sat for a minute, checked on Facebook Marketplace just to see what was out there today. Being Saturday and Sundays, people usually are out mowing and then they decide that they want to get rid of a mower or something like that because it's not running right. And a free mower popped up. Went, hooked up the trailer. It had been only posted less than 40 minutes. Hooked up the trailer. Got over there, and as soon as I was about to pull in the neighborhood, somebody was pulling out with it. So, you know, that part sucks, but that's the name of the game. But right now, since I got the trailer hooked up already, we're going to go ahead and just kind of make a quick round the area, just to see if anything else is thrown out on the side of the road that we could use. We're back from our quick little adventure, and this is all that we were able to get picked up today. It's a little push mower. and it does spin the motor, so I don't have to worry about if the motor's locked up. So it does move back and forth. The one thing that I do know for a fact is that the throttle cable is all messed up. I mean, it's all rusted and it's broken at the top, so we gotta get a new cable for that. And then I popped off the air filter cleaner and it is dirty. I mean, dirty. So we're gonna look at it, try to get a new cable for it, and then see if we can get this thing running. But this will be for a future video. Nice little Briggs and Stratton. So this is a pretty nice score. I like the bigger wheels on the back. This is like mine, except it's better. It's got the bigger wheels on it and stuff like that. So hopefully this one will work, and I might sell mine and keep this one, or vice versa. So all the playtime is done and searching around for stuff to fix. That's all done with. So right now, another thing on the task for the week that I wanted to get done was installing a TV. So we are in my RV, and one thing that we've had is this little cupboard right here, or this little closet area. It opens up and has a shelf right here, but there's no TV in our main room that we're in. So what I want to do is put a TV on here. So it already has a hookup right there on the top shelf area for cable, and so that's what we're going to be doing today. So we got this TV on a lightning deal, I think, and I don't really know anything about it. It has the Fire TV in it, which is the Amazon app. So we're going to go ahead and pull it out real quick and just see. There's the accessories inside the box. Slide this off. And as you can see, I haven't even opened it to really look at the TV. We've had it for a little bit, and I just haven't been able to get in here and get this thing mounted yet. So let's check it out. Let's even make sure that it fits before we do anything. And yeah, that fits perfect right there. And then if we open it, yeah, we still have plenty of room on top so that it doesn't get pinched. Yeah, pretty sure this is the mounting kit to put it on that. Hopefully this is a straightforward, simple thing. And it looks like it is. Just some brackets, and then it looks like it screws right to it. So we put the two arms on the TV. Right there's the best picture. You got the two arms that go on the TV, and then the actual piece gets screwed right into this cover, the little door, with using these. Holy cow. So it's using these big bolts. These are 3 inches long. So we're going to end up having to find, we're going to drill a hole straight through, and then probably find something that is equivalent to this hole right here. See that hole right there? And then we'll get a, we'll just make it like a through bolt, and we'll put a bolt on the other side of it to hold it all together. First thing first is we got to take out all of these screws right here so we can get them prepped for the other screws that will actually go onto the bracket. Guys, so I had to go do some searching for some hardware, and this is what I came up with. I've got washers that will be going inside the hole, and then on the back side of the door there will be a washer with a nut. I'm going to put some blue Loctite on the nut just to make sure that doesn't come off at all, because we're in an RV. I didn't want to. I have hardware to screw it right in to the door, but I don't want to do that because of all the bouncing and stuff in the RV. I don't want something to accidentally happen and it come out, TV crash down, and you guys get the rest. So we got to lay out our template, drill the holes, not to match this one, but to match this size right here. That way it's nice and tight. And like I said, bouncing would open up the hole on this, and then eventually stuff would work loose. We don't want that. So now I have to measure the center point and get these drilled. That should be close enough. And get it pushed through. Hopefully it'll go through with ease, but it's not going to, which is fine. I wanted it tight. That's the purpose of that. You stay put, and we'll get a screwdriver. So now, not only will it be having the bolt on the back side, but it'll actually be threaded through the wood, and that'll actually give it even more strength and help with it from moving around. You've obviously got to tighten these down. So I've got a 3/8 inch wrench. I'm gonna hold this side just to make sure that it doesn't move, but it shouldn't move at all. Will it turn on? They have a power button on the bottom. Does that plug not have power? Really? Does that plug not have power? Why would that plug not have power? Alright guys, so this just got a whole lot more interesting. Going from a simple TV install to almost a complete disaster. And we have no power in this outlet, right? So I grabbed my phone, checked it, had no power. Checked a couple other, or actually I pulled the outlet out. Let me show you guys. So I actually have the outlet out up there, and it is wired in. So that is not my problem. And I decided to go around and check the GFIC, which is in the bathroom. Let me take you guys in here. So we have the GFIC right here, and I should be able to reset that, right? And then I went and checked it again, still. So I checked it again and still had no power. So I started digging a little bit deeper, and I'm like, what else is there on a receptacle circuit? So I checked our other TVs right here and in that bottom bunk. Nothing. There's no power at any outlet in here. So I started wondering what that could be, and I look down here to the fuse panel, right? There is nothing tripped whatsoever in here. All of these breakers are made. No fuse is blown. So one of the things that I also noticed is that when, and I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I have our generator running. And usually with the RV, I can turn the RV on and then start the generator. And up here on the microwave, right where the dial is, there will be a red dot. The red dot means that you are charging the camper off of your generator. I have the camper already started by the engine, so I've cranked the RV so that I can charge the house batteries. So I started looking again at the fuse panel over here, and I wanted to see what else there was. So I have a main, the AC, microwave, the GFIC, the receptacles, and also the converter. So I have nothing on the converter, nothing for the receptacles. The GFIC is not working, and then I wanted to go check the microwave, and it is not working either. So I'm out of power on this side of my box. I have power at all of the fuses, but I have nothing at the breaker, or well, at least I have nothing at any of those spots that those breakers control. So I have a battery pack right here, and I'm going to be setting that up just to see. But first things first is I want to tighten down the cable right there just to make sure that that is not our issue. I guess over time the driving has caused that to kind of loose a little bit. And remember, when you're doing this, not to ever touch the negative and the positive battery terminals to get or ground anything out. So you don't want to hit any of the metal where you're at. Yep, we got power now. During this whole process, I learned a lot, and a lot of the parts that are on here, stuff like that. Having to read the schematic that is involved with this stuff. So as I told you already, I have the wiring diagram sort of here, and let me get it out for you guys real quick. All right, so this is our wiring diagram right here. It's the 120 volt AC electrical system. So what I ended up doing was going kind of backwards. So I knew that I had the 12 volts, and I was mistaken on how the converter worked. I thought it went from DC to AC, but it's actually AC to DC. So I thought that the batteries were supposed to supply the outlets, and when I was looking at it, I thought that the switch that is near our door, which would be hidden by the broom, of course, but that house switch right here, I thought that when you switch that on, I thought that it also gave you power to your outlets. However, I was incorrect. So the mystery still remained about why I was not getting any power to the outlets. So I started going backwards, and I didn't have it at the breaker panel, and I didn't know exactly where the transfer switch was. I had to dig around and find out where the automatic transfer switch was. So I ended up finding it right here. This is in one of our compartments, and it's in a compartment I always go to. I've got all my water supply stuff in here, bathroom stuff, everything like that. And I popped the cap off of it, and I started to look over the diagram that's included here, and I can see, I hope you guys can too, the schematic of how it is. So I had the generator running, and I checked the voltage on it and was not getting any kind of 110 voltage off of the generator. So I was like, well, maybe the power cord might work. So I ended up hooking in the power cord, and the converter turned on, which turned on all my power to the outlets. So I'm still not getting any power off of the generator, which is something else that I need to investigate. But right now I do have the power for the outlets. I dug deeper into the whole generator issue, and I thought that our year-old generator had stopped just producing power. But as you can see, I can come over here and turn on our TV. Our RV is running off the generator right now, and I found out that I thought that the transfer switch was bad, but then I checked it and saw that I had no power coming into the transfer switch to even transfer the power over from the shore cord. So I started digging even deeper, and I found out that the breaker had tripped on the generator. So for the generator part, the way you get into it is you have two latches right here. and this is the Onan RV QG4000, and you simply lift up on it and it'll come out. So if you've ever been in your generator, you can actually start it by the generator or inside, and you would have to prime the primer right here, and then you'd start it right here. So on a typical generator though, on the very front of it, it has two spots or one spot that says reset, and I didn't see that, so it was kind of confusing with that. And then what I ended up finding is that behind this cable, accidentally hit the button. So behind this cable right here, let me zoom in for you guys, there is that switch right there, and it was in the off position and it needs to be in the on position. So again, it's hidden kind of by the wire, and that was the whole entire cause of the issue with no power at the outlet. I should have checked that first. Key thing is, today I have learned quite a bit, and just digging into it, I've learned a couple new things that I didn't think of before, and this is just building blocks for future problems, not only here but in other real world instances. So remember, check all of your fuses. If your fuses aren't tripped, go back to the next source, which was the transfer switch. Transfer switch showed that it was good. I tried to run the camper on the shoreline, and I ended up getting power to the whole place. So I knew that all my outlets were good, so I started digging to the next thing, and that was the generator. And then from there I found out that the breaker on the generator had tripped. So yeah, I hope that this is helpful to some of you guys out there to see me struggle through this, but I did eventually figure out that everything works. It's fantastic. So thanks guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys learned something. Hope I saved somebody's butt as well. And if you guys are new, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell. Sundays are Wednesday I post some videos. Sundays are projects. Wednesdays are vlogs like this. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it that thumbs up, guys. I will see you guys on the next video.